In today's video, we're continuing our coverage to do with the DCEU, DC movies going forward, and the SnyderVerse. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture-based videos we do on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, check us out on Instagram, at Warstu, if you want to see the beautiful face behind that beautiful voice, and if you could, follow us on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into this video. It's going to be a very interesting video. So, we had Warner Brothers Discovery up front, and the SnyderVerse fans were so disappointed, and I don't even understand why, because I didn't say the SnyderVerse was going to be restored. Literally, David Zaslav and Discovery have had Warner Bros. Discovery for 30 days. Did you really think they were going to reveal the SnyderVerse plans? If there are plans, but we all know there are, 30 days in. No. I didn't hype train you. I literally showed you stuff. I was like, yo, this person's saying this. Snyder keeps posting stuff. Snyder told his fans he doesn't post things unless he's subliminally tweaking at you from behind the camera. So ultimately, Warner Brothers have revealed their ultimate goal for DC films in a roundabout way. So, WB, Warner Bros. Discovery up front, had realistically nothing to do with the theatrical side, although they did say they wanted to essentially produce 20 to 25 movies theatrically per year, which is fantastic, which means more movies will be going straight to the theaters instead of straight to HBO Max, because I ain't down with the HBO Max stuff. So what do we actually realistically get from the DC side? At Warner Bros. Discovery up front, we got Peacemaker Season 2. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm literally the biggest John Cena fan. I have been for a very long time. But Peacemaker, that was a big groundbreaker. That was a massive groundbreaking news that came out. But no one actually expected the SnyderVerse to be restored. It was people hyping stuff up, like Geralt of SnyderVerse. So many people hype stuff up. Good things are happening. Let's wait and see what happens on 18th and the 20th. It's the 21st and nothing's happened. Yeah, cool. I was, getting behind the SnyderVerse tag on Twitter, sure, but I wasn't teasing anything. I was just saying, yo, restore the SnyderVerse. But now some SnyderVerse fans are losing faith. Did you lose faith when I kept saying that the Zack Snyder Justice League movie was gonna be released? And we had people like Umberto from Heroic Hollywood saying, no, it was never going to come out, and then it came out. So guys, these things literally take time. If it is all coming, Zack Snyder is busy with Netflix for multiple years with what he's doing at the moment on Rebel Moon. We know this. We know this. So, people need to stop, I hate saying this, looking too much into whatever Zack Snyder's posting on his Vero account. Because from a public perception and from a public point of view, it doesn't actually look like Warner Bros. Discovery cares. Publicly, behind the scenes, we don't know what they're looking at, do we? No, we can just say they're looking at stuff. But realistically, David Zaslav hasn't said anything about restoring the SnyderVerse. But will he? I'm sure he will. That's my opinion at the moment. I'm only willing to say opinion, not information that I'm hearing from behind the scenes. I know you people hate when I say that, but I'm not a leaker. If something's already out there, I would talk about it. So they've said they don't want to spend no more than $35 million on anything that goes to HBO Max, which is, I guess it's fair. David Zaslav wants to keep costs down. But David Zaslav has literally cancelled a bunch of CW programs to save money, which makes sense. And yes, some of them are DC properties, but that doesn't mean he's going to restore the SnyderVerse and change everything straight away. You've just got to look at the DC Extended Universe. We don't even know what their plan is. They came out and said they want Superman at the front and foremost. They said they wanted a consistent continuity. And now we hear rumors that Matt Reeves' universe is somehow going to be connected to everything. Plans can change. Things can change. Chill. Zaslav is not going to change everything within DC and make DC Studios straight away, is he? No, he's not. But it is interesting that allegedly Matt Reeves' continuity could connect. I mean, there is a rumor is very loose, saying there's going to be a Superman film that will start in the 60s and end in the current day. And somehow it could connect to Pattinson to construct a new shared universe. And apparently Matt Reeves is actually helping to make that. So we've got some loose information about Aquaman. And I mean, this sounds very bad if this is the case. As we know, Amber Heard has pretty much been fired. She's pretty much said Warner Bros. Wouldn't renegotiate a contract. Basically wants nothing to do with us. She's pretty much confirmed that she's been fired, pretty much. And we've got some information here. According to someone that went to a test screener, they said it's very campy tone, comparable to Batman 66 and Wonder Woman 1984. It has little horror elements. The Lost Kingdoms are actually evil spirits who possess living creatures and turn them into zombies. The Shades give Black Manta superpowers to influence him to find the Lost Kingdom so they can escape and maintain Atlantis and destroy the world. That's essentially a little rundown of what someone sent me. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't actually think it's real, but parts of it could be. So I thought I'd throw it out there because it's literally only like a 1-minute segment in the video. It's not the main vocal point. So guys, you need to chill about the SnyderVerse stuff. Yes, there are a lot of YouTubers covering stuff saying, yeah, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Okay, I believe something is happening, but as I've always said, it would take time. It's not like Warner Bros. Discovery had this massive plan to restore the SnyderVerse, make Deborah Snyder head of DC Studios. I don't actually want that to happen. I think it needs to be someone else. It needs to be someone that's got nothing to do with anything currently who takes over. Not Jim Lee, someone completely random who we don't even know. But the fact they've stated they essentially want to make DC Studios and essentially split all the studios, like New Line, etc., split them up completely different so they run completely independently. I honestly think they should do that. That will be cool. So the fact that we are getting DC Studios is already a win, in my opinion. So the Warner Bros. Discovery up front was never going to be anything big, but there was a lot of people overhyping the SnyderVerse stuff. Oh my God, Warstu, you are contradicting yourself. You literally made SnyderVerse videos. I was discussing what other people were saying, realistically. Almost to me, it feels like when people watch my content, they're not actually watching what I'm saying. They're kind of watching what they think I'm saying. So in the future, you guys that watch my content, can you please actually listen to what I'm saying? Because when I talk about the SnyderVerse stuff and the SnyderVerse stuff, it's almost to me like you're misconstruing what I'm saying. Like when I say SnyderVerse teasers, there has been SnyderVerse teasers. David I has been teasing some stuff. The Iron Cut could literally be released. It doesn't need any reshoots. It just needs some additional VFX work. He even put a tweet out the other day saying the Iron Cut is finished and wouldn't cost nothing to stream. I mean, I don't think that's true. I think he literally said on Twitter there is some VFX work to be done. And the Ayer Cut, everyone was expecting the Ayer Cut. Why would they announce the Ayer Cut? That would literally make no sense why they would announce it at a WB upfront, which was essentially about the TV shows, nothing to do with movies and stuff like that. Now, if all this SnyderVerse stuff is going to come out, and if they are going to have massive reshape up to do with everything to do with DC, that'll be later in the year at DC Fandom. We know they've just had the reshoots for Black Adam's movie where they've added Henry Cavill in. Maybe, I don't know. Rock is definitely looking at someone. It could be Superman. It could be Shazam. It could be freaking anyone. So later in the year at DC Fandom event, we will find out whatever they're doing with DC there, because there's going to be massive reshoots for that. We know there's going to be reshoots for Aquaman 2 to replace Amber Heard. Pretty much based on what she says, she had to fight to keep her job. Pretty much said that. I do think it's cool they brought James Gunn and John Cena out for Peacemaker Season 2. I do see it as a fluff program. It is pretty much a fluff program. But in terms of what's happening with DC going forward, DC Comics and all we can do with it. DC Comics and all we can do with it, said David Zaslav. DC, part of the future of the DC is looking bright. To be honest, he didn't really say an awful lot. But one thing I do find interesting is recently Sasha Galley's Supergirl has come out and said a bunch of stuff. Now, I'm really looking forward to this Flash movie. But again, they need to kind of chill with her. Let's keep pushing other characters that aren't the main star because the main star needs help. I mean, yeah, sure, she's come out and said a few words, but she came out and said this. Hey, Shigale on the roll in the Flash. When Andy Machete said, hey, come over here and watch this screen on the playback monitor. I go over and see Supergirl and she's in her full glory and suddenly I get really emotional. I mean, that's cool, but it's not called Supergirl and Batman and the Flash. It's called the freaking Flash. So I won't make as much SnyderVerse content when there isn't that much Snyderverse content to talk about. So I hope this clears up stuff about the said Snyderverse. They've made their plans clear for DC. More movies, and if they are going to put stuff on HBO Max, $35 million, which isn't a lot, which is kind of good because it means more DC movies will be going theatrical, because it's very hard to make a movie with VFX for under $35 million. And I think the continuity universe they're building up in the Batman, it's going to be very hard to do for that little money. But if they keep it grounded, then maybe. So the Snyderverse will always return because it never went anywhere. So Snyderverse returning, maybe in the title somewhere, I don't know. But the Snyderverse hasn't actually gone anywhere to actually return. It's kind of on a standstill, but not really, because the Flash movie has to start in the Snyderverse and end in a new continuity. So the Snyderverse is going to be seen there. And if Black Adam's going to build it to Shazam, that again, it's all Snyderverse connected until anyone says different, realistically. I really don't get how people can't get their head around this, because it makes no sense to me. Everything is still canon to Snyderverse. Even Peacemaker having Aquaman, having obviously Jason Momoa Aquaman, Ezra Miller Flash, having the silhouette of Superman and the silhouette of Batman. It's all still Snyderverse continuity, and I do find it hilarious when people try to tell me differently. But Peacemakers, we don't know when Peacemaker's realistically set, do we? Until this Flash movie comes out, literally everything's on hold. I find it funny because Batgirl's supposed to be coming out. Still, they've not delayed it, but it will make no sense without the Flash movie, because where is old man Michael Keaton and no one cares about? Why is he here? We need the Flash movie to explain at least where the hell he's come from. So it is very interesting. So like always, guys, so recently, Amber Heard's pretty much said she's fired from the Aquaman movie. She may still appear in it, but we don't know that she could get completely taken out of it. You don't need to worry about Snyderverse. The Ayer cut could come. David Ayer is teasing stuff for a reason, just like Zack Snyder teased stuff for a reason. They are teasing stuff, but the general audience doesn't want to admit it. So chill, guys, chill. You shouldn't be worried. Because the Snyderverse can't die, because everything is still canon to said Snyderverse. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, Warstu. And I'll catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch you later.